So, we have with us Asma Hashmi. She's the president of GPC Engineering. Welcome, Asma.
Thank you, Kashi, for having me here. And it's good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum. I'm here in New York, so
Yes, thank you for being with us. I would love to hear about your journey, how you started, and especially in this area of engineering, that you started your company and grew it to this level.
okay. So, as you know, I came from Pakistan here in 1988 to pursue my master's in transportation engineering. I graduated from NED. I did my bachelor's there back home, and then I came here to further my education. So after graduating from University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, I got a job in New York City as a traffic engineer. So that job was like the beginning of my professional career in United States. And so I worked with a couple of other consultants as well on a part-time basis. And then in 2006, I formed this company, JPC Logistics LLC. And initially, we were providing transportation and logistics services to concrete manufacturers. And later on in 2011, few years later, since by education and training, I'm a professional engineer, so I decided to pursue some engineering work under this company. And that's how I got, started as JPCL Engineering. And so that was the beginning of the providing planning, engineering, and design services under this umbrella, under this company.
All right. So, please share with us any specific projects that you have done and the type of work that you are doing under JPC and Engineering.
JPCL Engineering is a multidisciplinary engineering firm. We provide inspection services, construction management, and transportation, environmental engineering work, as well as bridge inspection and condition assessments and things like that on infrastructure projects. So 90% of our work is with the infrastructure development projects in New York. We have been working on tunnels, airports, bridges, and some resilient projects, with the water and wastewater and things like that. So this has been like it just happened. We started out doing some work on the facilities, and then gradually, when we started growing our business, we saw a big potential, and we have been very successful in securing these major development projects here in New York and New Jersey area.
Okay. During the tenure of your working, which one was your, if I can ask, which one was your favorite project that you worked on?
I mean, I'm a traffic engineer, so I can say that I was involved in what is this big project, the transportation study. Basically, it was in Long Island in Suffolk County in New York. I was personally involved, and I was, like working with the agency and some prime consultants on that. So it was very interesting because they were building. It was developments were coming up in that area, and they wanted to see if this, the infrastructure, transportation infrastructure can handle the new growth over there or not. So it's not like favorite, but like it's one of the projects that I was like deeply involved. And then, other than that, there were like several projects, where when we started providing the inspection services. So I was personally involved in a couple of other major projects, like East Side Access project is one of our biggest and favorite project because that actually took our company from one level to the other because it was a huge project, 7 years project. It was, I don't know, about 15, 20 people just worked on that project. So that gave us a boost, like in business growth, basically.
Okay, all right. And Alhamdulillah, now you're running a decent size engineering firm. So now what's the general like the organization, from organization perspective, you definitely have grown quite a bit. So if you can hear a little bit more about the people that you have in your team.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say that since last year we have grown 30%.
Okay.
Because previously I was a little hesitant in like hiring the management. I had top management. I had different people working in different areas, but then I made a decision in order for us to grow to the next level, I needed to add more services, and in order to run that department, I need to hire the right people to lead that division because I cannot be everywhere and I'm not, I will not know everything about the business. Obviously, there are people who specialize in their own field and areas, you know.
Yep.
So this, like last year, since last year, we have added at least 30 people in our organization in at different levels. Top management, we have added four new department heads. Actually, they're like executive vice president and director level people who are leading their divisions. And I'm seeing some good results coming, out from there. And also, we are like 70 plus now. But I believe in sustainable growth and development. I business development. I want to sustain rather than just growing exponentially and then figuring out, what went wrong, where it went wrong, and things like that. So, I'm very fortunate that I found the right team and they share the same vision as mine. And then we are all working together as a team. It's not just me, it's just the whole team, that matters
Uh-huh.
in our organization. Yeah.
Oh, great. What are your future plans for JPCL?
In future, our goal, and we have these leadership meetings and we discuss these things, and our goal is to, start getting work more as a prime consultant with the city and state agencies. This is our priority right now, and we have been successful in securing some prime contracts last year and also this year.
Mhm.
And we are adding some more services to our portfolio, and I've hired some people to lead those efforts as well. So working as a prime consultant is like a priority right now, and that's where we are focused on.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. Outside of work, what are your hobbies or interests?
Writing and traveling is like my hobbies. I
Okay.
know I talked about this engineering business, but before I got into this engineering business in 2002, 3, sometimes around that time, I started my production company and I went through all these courses for television drama writing and, screenwriting and all those things. So I was involved in that, and so it's on the back burner right now because I'm focused on the engineering business. But maybe one day when I get some time relief from like some major duties, within the organization, I will try to focus on that as well, because that's my passion as well. And working with some charity organizations, and also there's an organization called Women to Women Forum. We provide shelter to displaced women and help them with any legal problems they have or family problems they have, finding them the right people that they can work with, and help them with the taking care of their children and things like that. So that's what I mean, whatever time I get, I try to, spend in figuring out, some community service as well.
Okay, all right. When you look at, you started your company and it's been running Alhamdulillah very successfully. What are the traits that you find that you needed in order to be a successful president?
The two, three things I would say, like in the beginning when I started, I was not very clear. But one thing was clear, I had a professional engineering license. That was my priority when I started my first job back in 90s, And in order for me to be able to communicate with the people who I bring on board, I should know what it takes to deliver. And for that purpose, I went through a lot of certifications. I attended a lot of seminars, workshops, and first I got familiar myself. And then, when we started growing, I was able to see, okay, these people are delivering and on, where they're lacking. If I don't know it myself, then I will not be able to manage them and lead them also to the next level. So I believed in that, and I had to do really, serious studying also at that point, and so that's one thing. And the other thing, I think you have to create a team. It's your success is not your just success; it's a team effort,
Yes.
And in the beginning, I was not very successful, but gradually I learned to hire the right people, in the organization, and I give them like ownership of their work. I am not a person who would micromanage them or something like that. They are responsible for their work and they need to deliver. That's where I need to see the results. And that's where I think I have been successful because my team knows that this is what my expectations are. You should know what you can expect from your team, and you should be very clear in communicating this to them, and I just believe that, people should feel valued and heard, and leading with empathy, helps build confidence and trust.
Okay.
I don't know if did I answer your question?
Yes, yes, definitely. So, for the fellow entrepreneurs who are starting now or running their companies, what message would you give them?
I mean, see, I learned from my mistakes. So I want to give them one message that they need to be very clear in what is it they want to do. They should plan it accordingly, and they should not hesitate in like networking. I mean, and they should have some self-confidence. I mean, I lacked those things in the beginning. When I used to go to these networking sessions, I was not comfortable. I just felt that I feel out of place. I don't know this person or that person, and I'm not able to communicate with them effectively. But with time, I learned that this is the tool. This is something we have to learn if we are owning our own business. You need to be transparent. People like transparency and honesty.
Yes.
And you cannot just say, yes, you can do this. And then if you're not delivering, then that is a problem. So you should just promise what you can deliver, whether it is small, starting small, take baby steps,
Mhm.
but be clear in your mind what is it that you really want to pursue. Whatever field you're, and then now the technology has advanced so much that
Yes.
everything is at it's just one click away.
Mhm.
So that I would strongly suggest that they should look into these things.
Okay. And I would like to ask you specifically, being a women entrepreneur, what advice would you give to other women entrepreneurs? Because we are seeing, like even in the US right now, the numbers that I have seen is that over $1 million in revenues, there are only 3% CEOs, women CEOs, who are running those companies. So we have a huge gap in
Yes.
terms of the gender equality. What advice would you, and you are running a decent size company, engineering company, with in an industry that is where women is already very rare. So what advice would you give to women entrepreneurs who are starting their companies or they are trying to scale their companies?
See, one thing I know now, like in USA, obviously, there are some set asides for women entrepreneurs, women-owned businesses, right? When we got started, of course, we knew about it, and it was very small percentage as a set aside on any contract or any project. So no matter what field you are in, there are scopes, there are services where they need women entrepreneurs to come forward.
Okay.
You need to identify those areas. You need to identify those fields. Of course, if they match your interest and things
Mhm.
like that. I'm in the construction, I'm in the engineering business. So there's a 30% to about 45% set aside on major infrastructure development projects.
Okay.
And it's not just engineering. There are other services,
Hmm.
that they need on the project. So they need to identify like even the marketing, accounting, IT related, supplying materials.
Hmm.
If you are interested, if you are in that business, and if you want to supply materials on that project, there's a huge gap there. And previously, I know people used to tell they don't trust women entrepreneurs because sometimes they're not able to deliver.
Hmm.
They lack resources, they lack cash flow. I agree, because usually women start on their own and all that. They may experience some cash flow issues and things like that. So, but their funding options are available on government contracts. It's easy to start on the government contracts, get yourself registered with the agencies, get pre-qualified. You will start getting those, proposals and things like that, where you can provide service. So getting pre-qualified, getting registered with the agencies, and approaching the private clients also, not just the public. I think it's a good start. I would say that they should definitely look into that. And set aside, it's not that you will get it,
Hmm.
but you have a better chance, and you'll be competing with women entrepreneurs or the minority people there, in your pursuit.
Okay, all right. No, thank you for sharing all the wisdom and sharing about your journey as an entrepreneur. And I appreciate you being a part of MCOB and being a member over here. Any last minute thought that you would like to share about you, your company, or entrepreneurship?
No, actually, when I got started, I didn't even know that I would make it to this point. Certainly, I mean, I was an introvert type of person, so coming out from that and starting a business was a big step for me. I never thought that I would own my own business, but when I got into it, I did not look back. I mean, failure is not an option. So all of you, if you make a decision that you want to start your own business, then failure is not an option. There are opportunities. Yes, there will be up and down, but you need to have courage to face them. You will make mistakes. I mean, I'm still making mistakes.
Mhm.
So, and then coming to MCOP, of course, I like this platform because, it's a lot of, you get to meet with so many people and they share their ideas. Everybody faces challenges, no matter what, whether it's a job or a business. But when you share your ideas, when you share these challenges and you talk to people, you get to know how to resolve these situations. So I'm really happy, and I'm really glad that I'm a part of MCOP family, and I wish to stay here and be able to contribute if I can. Otherwise, of course, I'm in the learning mode right now anyway from others on this platform.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for being here and really appreciate you and all the work that you are doing.
Okay, thank you, Kashif. Thank you.
How it goes.